just in third quarter, I don't want to make the third quarter too long. It's about philosophy. It's not too esoteric, I hope, but I also like the philosophical part, and we have a lot of conversations about different things that are
Sure.
philosophy related. But one thing that I always think about is purpose, and it feels like you have a purpose-driven life, and also you try to instill that into your players to have a purpose-driven mentality on the court. You know, the coaching. Uh, uh, Coaching them with a purpose-driven mentality. How do you correlate those two, life and basketball, with the word purpose, and how do you go about instilling that into the players? Because I know that.
Not instill nothing, and you will be probably laughing at this, but one thing that has gone through all my life and also my career, I really, and I'm not joking. Sometimes I'm still surprised they listen to me. My challenge, my inner challenge, has always been to develop a situation that my players trust me and listen to me. Not necessarily to do exactly what I asked them, but at least to, they think that what I'm telling them might be interesting or useful to them. The other thing, and I don't have as you will know, I don't have a good character, meaning that I don't have enough patience. And one of the biggest quality of a teacher should be the patience. And I've never had the patience. I've never had the patience with myself. And as a consequence, I don't have the patience with my players. I don't have enough patience. Probably I'm a little bit better now than 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I was a little bit better than 20 years ago. But so once said that, sometimes I'm still grateful that they still show, let's say, some kind of, let's call it appreciation or whatever you want to call it to me, that my players show them that, and I'm grateful to them. At the same time, because I would like to be the best possible coach every day, and I think I take the losses very bad because I think that I could have done something to prevent that loss. I think the players just respect that, and they share the same thing. And most important thing, you don't change them. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned from Coach Pop. And you as a coach know very well that in all of us, there is an idea that we could do a better job than another colleague with a player. That player didn't play very well for Benas. I have a feel that if we get him, we'll make it play better here. Is that arrogance? Is that ego? Is that naive that you can do better? I don't know. Coach Pop, one of the very first things he told me was, you cannot change them. They are who you are, who they are. So if they didn't play well for Coach Riley or Coach Stevens or whatever, or if they didn't behave well, they're not behaving better because they come here and because I coach them. So I don't take a chance. Yeah. So what is the bottom line? Bottom line is that if you get players that as human beings, you share the same vision, the same values, the same, concept, there is a higher chance you can do well. If you pick players that for whatever reason, they think different or they have different values, still respectful or whatever, things don't work. Simple like that. And so the best you can do is that you can try to be consistent, try to be honest, try to be straightforward, try to show, let's say, equality. When I mean equality, I mean that's very big to me, that to the same behavior correspond the same reaction independently from who you are. Because the worst thing is that you can have is treat people different depending on their status as player. you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in all organization, there is always a great dilemma, which is in this organization, people with more skills are expected to have more responsibilities, or just because they have the talent, they can take shortcuts because we hope that their talent will let us win. That's always been the history of all organizations, in sports, in life, in business, in whatever. So as long as I am the coach, if you are the best, I expect from you the most. And sometimes people don't agree with that.
Mm.
And I'm, so if you think different from me in that specific thing, you have a problem.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
simple.
But also, like there can't be, like you're saying, there can't be special treatment with the best player. You expect the most out of him, but he's not going to get any slack because of that. And there's not going to be a double standard for the best player. It's going to be same rules apply to everybody. It's just the expectation on the court are a little bit different. Do I understand correct?
Yeah, but even I'm not saying that everybody. I mean, the great player that plays 35 minutes in a game, he deserves to rest probably the day after. You
Yeah.
cannot expect him to come to practice and have a hard practice.
Yeah.
So standards in practice. But what I expect is that in terms of thinking team, in terms of accepting criticism, in terms of taking responsibility and taking ownership for your, I think that's the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
the load, the workload, how many shots you take, blah 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 blah. If there is a rule that when we miss, we gotta sprint back as soon as we can, as fast as we can, to prevent the transition layup. I mean, if you are the best player, you can walk back. I
No.
don't think you should. So just sprint back. It's simple like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coach Pop, and I'm sorry that I always refer to him, but he's the best. And he always says something, and he says that not for free. He says that he's grateful to the players that let him be himself and coach them the way he thinks he should coach them. Because sometimes players don't let you be yourself, because as soon as you start, screaming for an awkward mistake, they take it personally.
Yeah.